Wake up!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Married to Film. I'm Ralph and this is Shimada. And right now we're episode 9 of season 4 of Attack on Titan. This was called Brave Volunteers. Last episode, Sasha finally died. We went to a lot of things. And Ezekiel was in on the plan. Zeke. Let's go.
Is that the Walking Dead's name? King,
yeah.
King Ezekiel. Let's go. Let's get it.
Wow.
Because I need some.
Oh, this is about the scout ships and then her recognizing.
Advance party. It's been 2 hours.
Then have teams 2 and 3 prepare to land as well.
Yes, sir.
These damned island devils managed to defeat our warrior unit. We need to find out what they're doing now and relay it back to Marty.
Maybe not today because there's a Titan.
Grab on to something!
Armin. Oh, it's Aaron.
It's a devil!
Wow, Aaron.
They said the lost ship.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of Marley! Welcome to Paradis Island! Nice to meet you. I'm Hanji, and it's an honor to welcome guests who've sailed from oh so far across the sea to come here. The must have left you exhausted, so why not join us for some tea? Oh, I almost forgot. If you were curious about this guest of ours, he arrived just before you, and we're already getting along splendidly. Isn't that right? Tell them, Niccolo.
Marley doesn't negotiate with filthy bloods like you! And we're certainly not gonna sit down with you and drink the pig piss you call tea!
Huh?
Marley will never bend to the power of devils! This is all she has to say to you!
Put your hands up, Yelena.
Lay down your weapons.
What are you? Do as she says.
Hanji, I'd like to accept your invitation. Let's have some tea.
What do you think she's hoping to do? Can't say. But even if she's on our side, we obviously can't trust her.
No napping, Sasha.
Yeah, but this is still an incredible chance for us to gather information.
The Marleyan army is comprised of 50 divisions, each made up of 20,000 troops. That comes out to 1 million soldiers in total.
Good God.
Then there's the Marleyan navy. It's divided into 3 fleets with 21 battleships each. Marley's been developing new weapons, too. They're making strides in the field of aerial warfare.
Ariel?
Wow.
Keep it together, or they'll think we're weak.
I know that.
In other words, they're making flying ships, which can circumvent walls by attacking from the sky.
They'll attack from the sky!
Marley is a nation with many enemies. Once they saw that you'd left it in a weakened state, they quickly joined as one and declared war.
But Annie's still alive.
I'm
though.
guessing that your group infiltrated the Marleyan army because you have some sort of grudge against it. Are you undercover agents from some of the nations that Marley's conquered? Oh, so I'm right. If you're willing to go up against Marley, then you must be working with some seriously powerful backers.
Sorry to disappoint, but we're not agents or anything of the sort.
Zeke claims to have an actionable plan that can solve all our people's problems at once. And to carry this plan out, we would need 2 key assets.
Aaron.
The founding Titan and a Titan possessing royal blood. He says that with both, the world can be saved. However, he will only reveal the details of his plan after his conditions have been met.
He's full of shit.
What kind of feckless idiots does he take us for?
Aaron, Zeke is telling the truth. I remember.
Yeah.
The Founder's power has
Yeah.
always been completely impossible for me to use. The only exception was when I touched a Titan with royal blood.
Yep.
For his safety.
Okay.
Right.
At the time, I wasn't sure. And I couldn't let her get turned into a Titan based on some hunch of mine.
That's it.
It wasn't a well-thought-out decision. I see that.
Hey! You all right? We're coming to pick you up!
Uh-oh. Armin.
It's the Colossal Titan! Help! Hey! It's the enemy!
Hurry! Jump off!
We're for the toes!
Welcome to our defiled island of filth-blooded devils. You're gonna love it here.
Oh.
As long as you like drinking pig piss. Feel free to turn us down. But if you don't want to come ashore, you'll need to swim back home.
It was fun back then. We knew that as Eldians, we were feared and hated by the rest of the world. By people on the other side of the sea.
Why is your skin so dark, ᴛᴏᴡᴜ?
Because our creator thought that things would be more interesting if the world were occupied by many kinds of people. I'd say that applies to you subjects of Ymir as well. We exist because we were wanted.
What the hell is this food?
Lobster.
Is it even edible?
Smells pretty fishy.
Have you never had seafood before? Nicolo's a master when it comes to Marleyan cuisine.
Dumb jerks. If you don't like how it looks, then don't eat it. Like I care what aliens think.
Slow down!
No fair, Sasha!
You're a genius. This is the best food I've ever eaten.
Hey, stop eating like some kind of pig!
Do you really think it's okay for us to just go along with Yelena's plan?
What's the problem?
I just wonder if we really have to threaten the world with the rumbling to protect the Eldian people. We'd be forcing everyone to live in fear of us, acting like the devils they think we are. Before it comes to that, why don't we just talk to them? If we fix the world's misconceptions about us, threats won't be needed.
Come again? What misconceptions do they have?
You know how they think we're scary monsters.
They think that because we can transform into man-eating titans. That's no misconception.
I still don't know that we made the right choice back then. I can't help but wonder if there was some other path we could have taken, if we'd just seen it. I used to think that I understood Eren better than anyone, even Mikasa. But I don't know anymore.
Is it true that Sasha was killed? So it is. Then why? What the hell were you guys doing? Shot by a kid who snuck onto the airship? It's too ridiculous to be true. Thank you for every tasty meal you made for her.
Okay.
Nicolo, Sasha and I were like twins.
Yep.
So it feels like half of me is just gone.
That is for sure.
Y'all were friends with my daughter, Sasha.
I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry.
Pardon. I'm just a captive Marleyan, but I have permission to work as a chef. Your daughter loved my cooking. More than anyone else ever will, I think. So, if you ever want to, please come and let me cook you something.
Aww.
And this will be on the house, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you and ship your corpse back to Marley with a note about your little plot. Should spell the end for your grandparents. That said, if this secret plan of yours isn't bullshit, I can wait and chop you up once it's finished. I don't care much either way.
Well, I appreciate your willingness to accommodate. But hey, I do get to meet Eren soon, don't I?
There's no need to rush. We've prepared a nice little place for you to stay here. A beautiful hotel that you can relax at.
This is all the Titan transformation serum we were able to steal from Marley. Sorry, but it's hard to reproduce.
It's fine for our purposes. This should be plenty. I just wish that we were in a position to return your kindness. We owe you so much already. You turned our ignorance into hope and got nothing in return.
Whoa.
For us to doubt the people who saved us, we truly are no better than devils.
The weapons that we offered you as gifts were intended to bring freedom to the Eldian people.
They got them held at gunpoint.
I know that this is a selfish request, but would you please overlook our weakness for a time? We're going to great lengths to keep Zeke on a tight leash.
It's fine, Commander. I understand. The day will soon come when we sit at the same table once again.
This is my hotel? What better lodging could there be? It's a giant forest, difficult to move through and devoid of boulders.
Looks like a fun spot for using ODM gear, too. Hey, quick question. This natural wonder, would you mind letting me show it to Gabi and Falco?
Whether they get to see the sights or not depends on you.
I'll kill you, Aaron Yeager. Aaron was ready to do it alone, whether we helped him or abandoned him. We've killed a huge number of people. Sailors, soldiers, civilians. The devastation we spread was indiscriminate. We didn't have a choice. Any more than the three of you did.
Annie.
Right? Annie. Say something. Please.
The only way to live is to fight. So fight. Just fight.
Okay, so that one was called Brave Volunteers. And the Brave Volunteers was a few Marleyan people that were on the ships. Describe the scene for me, because it was because as far as when they volunteered to help out Levi and everybody. Aaron came out of the sea and lifted the ship out of the water and brought the ship like up to land, and then Levi started talking to the one guy, right?
Hanji was talking. So yeah, he was doing a good job. Hanji said, I don't know if she said it, but somebody said, "Welcome to our defiled deviled island."
That was Levi.
So he did greet him. He was like, "Welcome to," oh yeah, because the guy was swimming. You know, he made it to shore, put his hand on a rock, and pulled himself up. Levi was standing there with his gun drawn on him and was like, "Yeah, welcome to our defiled deviled island," or something like that. And meanwhile, the guy on the ship had guns drawn, but they had already had someone from their ship from earlier, and Hanji was like, "Yeah, so we already got one of your guys right here."
Mm-hmm.
And then Levi was behind him with a sword in his back, and she was like, "Yeah, so you can come on aboard. I mean, you can come on over to our island, and we can do whatever, and blah blah blah. Thanks for coming." You know, she's so charismatic. So, the guy had the gun drawn, and he was like, "Yeah, whatever," and he was talking mess to the guy who got caught.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess he was getting ready to shoot, and we heard a gunshot, and they went down. You know, look, they went down and ducking, and then came back up and was like, "Okay, we good over here. What's going on?" Nah, somebody on their ship had already shot the man in the head.
Yep.
We don't know their names. Okay, listen.
Yep. Come to find out, she was the one Titan over on the other land. She had led Peak. She had led Peak and a couple other people to safety or something. I can't remember, but she took them to where intently when Aaron had bust up the place over there.
She put him in the cell.
Thank you. Okay.
They put him in the cell down below.
Right.
Remember? So that they couldn't transform.
Yep. So this was 3 years prior to that, showing us how they met and things like that. So that was cool. I like that. They taught them a lot about their the technology and plans they had for airships and things like that across the way, and they also cooked for them. This was the first time having seafood, and Sasha went crazy on the lobster, crying and eating, saying this is the best thing she's ever eaten in her life. That was cool to see. Yeah, because they asked, they said what was her last words. They said what was Sasha's last words, and she said meat. So that triggered that. That was pretty cool.
That she wanted meat.
Mm-hmm.
That was from the last episode.
Oh, okay.
Aaron asked Connie what was her last words, and when he said that, Aaron broke down.
Yeah.
That was the last episode.
Yeah, you're right.
But it was just a good callback for her and her passion of eating. Mm-hmm. She's if if there was a picture of foodie person, you look in the definition. I mean, look it up in the dictionary. We have Sasha's face.
Right.
And she was a foodie. She cried tears of joy eating that lobster. I would have too. Okay, lobster is like my favorite, like the real deal. She broke it. She bit into the shell. So I got a lot of pointers to talk about. Hanji asked the dark skinned fella, "Why is your skin dark? Why is your skin so dark?" He said, "That's how the Creator created me." So the concept of God creating us basically was mentioned in this episode. Hanji got excited about hearing of the aerial attacks, being able to attack by air, and she was like, Levi was like, "Calm down, because we don't want to make it seem like that, you know, that we're powerless, that we don't have weapons." And she was like so excited that she jumped up and she was like, "Hey, if y'all are able to attack by air, then what happened? Y'all did blah 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 blah." And then she was like, "Oh, okay," and calm down a little bit. She does that in spurts, and I think it's funny. But what was said, it was, "You turned our ignorance to hope with nothing in return." That's what Commander Pixis said to the Marlian people. However, when he was talking to them, they had vials on the table of all the founding Titans serum on the table with vials and everything, a little, you know, whatever box or whatever. However, they had their guns drawn on them. She said that she was going to meet back at the table. We're going to come back to the table again. Another thing was mentioned, going back to God created us. You know, we all have to be different. That's what he was saying. If we all have to be different, basically, as far as what the young guy was saying. Once we dropped the labels, we were able to work together. Key things, and then the only way to live is to fight. That was the last thing that was said, and that was for Aaron.
Cool.
That's all I got. Since it was called Brave Volunteers, I'm not too sure if the Brave Volunteers were the Marlian crew, but I think it was.
Yeah,
but also, yeah. So Zeke Yeager, his main plan was to save the Eldian people. So the plot thickens. They dropped them off in the woods.
With no boulders.
With no boulders. And no nice boulders. And they said, "That's where you're going to be." And he was like, "So can I get Gabi and what's the other guy name? Falco. Can they come and see this?" And he was like, "Yeah, whatever." I don't know.
You got to see Annie.
So Armin's been telling Annie all of these stories. Like he had the seashell when he was holding. I knew it was him because that seashell was, you know, gotta get to the sea. That's all That's all he ever said. So he was talking to Annie the whole time. Annie can hear. She's not dead. She's just encased in that thing. But she put herself in that.
She sure did. Yeah.
She put herself in there. So I wonder when she's gonna wake up, because they keep saying that they defeated the female Titan. They didn't. She's just down below. Okay.
All right, so let's know what you guys thought.
Yep.
We'll see y'all next time. Love y'all.